Next up at UFC Vegas 84, we have the co-main event of the evening. We have a rematch. This is an actual rematch. We got Matheus Nicolau taking on Manel Kape. Matheus Nicolau, 19-3 overall, 4-1 in his last 5, coming off that knockout loss to Brandon Royval. Taking on Manel Kape, 19-6 overall, 4-1 in his last 5, riding a 4-fight win streak. Matheus Nicolau is a good, clean striker. Incredibly technical. Also a pretty competent grappler as well. He's got 10 takedowns in 8 UFC fins. 2 of those were against Manel Kape. He took down Manel Kape twice in their first matchup. When he gets into the ground, he's going to stick with control instead of sort of working towards a submission. If there is one there, he will grab it, but he's not going to chase. He's not going to force anything. He did just snap a 6-fight win streak with an early knockout loss to Brandon Royval, which I guess that could happen when you're fighting Brandon, but Matheus Nicolau is a very, very technical striker. He's taking on Manel Kape. This guy is fast, explosive. He's a very good striker who has no issues chasing knockouts. He is a southpaw. He's got good pressure. He bounces in and out of range really well. He's a decent wrestler when he needs to be, and he closes distance well when he wants to. He's really fun to watch. Sometimes he'll have a little too much fun, make a couple mistakes here and there, but he is coming off that decision win over Felipe Dos Santos, where he had the better striking, a knockdown, and a takedown. I mentioned this is a rematch. Manel lost this first fight, and they have said, if they run it back, Manel's going to be the 2-1 favorite. And I get it. If you watch that fight, super close. A lot of people argued that Manel won that fight, but Matheus did work in a couple of takedowns. And Matheus is still a very good technical striker. I am going to pick Manel here, and the only reason I'm really going to pick Manel here is because we just watched Matheus get knocked out cold. We just saw it. It just happened. While Manel is on the other side of that spectrum. His last loss was the very close decision to Matheus. And then since then, he's been winning, putting things together, looking really good. We know he has power. We know he's a slick striker. I think Matheus is going to be a little gun-shy to strike, especially after getting knocked out. He's going to be looking to grapple a lot more, and that's only going to play into what Manel wants, right? Stuff to takedowns, throw big. Stuff to takedowns, throw big. I do think we have another decision on our hands. I do think Manel is going to win this fight because I think Matheus coming off that knockout loss might be a little bit gun-shy. But if Matheus comes in here with a wrestle-heavy game plan and Jacob's fat dog eats his third meal during this breakdown.
His, huh? Way to misgender my dog. Way to fucking misgender my dog.
I say it
if we were ever going to get canceled, right now is when it's going to happen. You misgendering my beautiful, sweetheart dog.
Feminine. Manel is going to be the pick, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that Matheus was just knocked out. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, let me preface this by saying I'm a big Matheus Nicolau guy. I mean, I've been screaming for the last couple of years that the power couple of the world, of the UFC, was Matheus and Luana. They were both going to be champions of the world. And then the last couple of fights, we saw Matheus get knocked out, and that broke my absolute heart. I like Brandon Royval, but I was pretty high on Matheus in that fight, and then we saw Luana get absolutely pulled out, knocked out, flatlined by Amanda Hebos. No surprise there. I mean, nobody was surprised by that one. But I love Matheus, and I cannot stand Manel Kape. I'll always be very honest with how I feel about fighters. I can't stand Manel Kape. Why can't I not stand Manel Kape? Because he's a guy that's slamming his fists and doing all the bravado and pumping his chest, and I'm the man, give me a title shot, pop, pop, scaring the absolute fucking shit out of Tai Tuivasa at the press conference, and then he gets into fights and he's just like, and he just doesn't do anything. We've seen so many fights where he just doesn't do anything. And Matheus Nicolau is the exact same way. So in this fight, in a fight that we've already seen, I don't know how you can trust either one of these guys, especially at it's minus 270. Now, for a guy that already lost to this guy once, and he lost fair and square, let's break down the first fight. Matheus came in, got the takedowns in the first round. Boom, got the takedowns. Manel Kape, to his credit, made adjustments. The second that Matheus was not able to get the takedowns in the second round, Manel Kape was lighting his ass up. And there is a major power difference in the two. Matheus, when he's landing, Kape just kind of walks through it. When Kape is landing clean, it is like it was, oh no, back before Matheus already got knocked out again. He's been knocked out before. That wasn't the first time. But Before he even got flat, like coming off in the KO loss, he was like, you could tell those shots were definitely affecting him. So Manel Kape was taking over that fight in the second round. I think that's what people are seeing in the odds. Because then the third round starts, and Manel turned in to Manel Kape. He had just had all this success in the striking with stuff in the takedowns, and then was just not doing anything. And Matheus was able to get ahead in the striking department once again, and was able to sneak out that round to the judges. Manel finally, with like a minute left, started throwing power, and guess what? It started affecting Matheus Nicolau. So, I mean, Manel Kape is going to be my pick for this fight, but I don't know how anybody can trust him at almost -3-1 money, -300 money in that right. I think that if he stuffs his takedowns, which I believe he is going to, and he lands power, he can definitely put out Matheus Nicolau. But you know, sometimes he just doesn't do anything. So I'm picking Manel Kape. I got a little bit more specific. I didn't want to pay I'm not going to pay the fucking money line. I'm not going to pay $270 to watch Manel Kape dance around and me tear my fucking hair out. I'm going to place it. I'm going to get a little bit more specific with it. Premium members know what that is, and let's try to chase a little bit more value in there. But I'm going Manel Kape, but it's like fucking whatever.
That was a good breakdown, Jakey boy. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
That's what I do.
Not always.
That's why I'm the fucking
fucked up.
Thank God I'm here.
Lock of the weeks in a row there. We're both on the Manel.
No,
I said you fucked up 4 lock of the weeks in a row. I said.
And
I said
last time I lost 4 in a row. What the fuck happened, Angelo?
So you've been that bad more than once.
And what the fuck happened?
I don't know, but we ended up right back where you started.
I don't know. I won 10 in a
right
fucking
back
row.
where you started.
I lost 4 in a row, won 10 in a row, which will never be duplicated until I do it like 10 times this year, over and over again. Fucking dominate. 4 in a row, guess what? Okay, here's fucking 10 in a row for you. Return ROI over 27%. All time. I'm 45 and 44 all-time picks on Lock of the Week. That's 89 fights. Every single fighter is supposed to lose, and more than half have fucking won. We're up like 20-something units.
Can you pick a 3-1 favorite that got flatlined in 30 seconds?
Crazy. What? What do you just make stuff up?
Pat Sabatini wasn't in that list?
He was Lock of the Week on another card with a dog. I didn't just pick a favorite just to pick a favorite.
Every single one of these fighters was supposed to lose. Well, he did. He sure fucking did, didn't he?
Hey, sorry. Hey,
we both
the Sabatinis watch sometimes, and I'm a big fan of your son, and I want to apologize for the way Angelo's talking about him.
I'm talking about your pick. Anyway, we're both on the Manel Kape side. Do you trust him $9,000 in DraftKings?
No.
Yeah, I don't either. We just talked about what was Ricky Simone, like 8,300. Why the hell would you get Manel Kape over Ricky Simone when we're talking about those prices? Yes, Matheus was just knocked out, and yes, Manel Kape has that kind of power. But
and Manel was also. I don't think Matheus really is. He's a precise striker, but he doesn't have a lot of power. But we do have to reference that Manel Kape was put on skates a little bit in that last fight. But that was a really good striker that he was facing. But he was. I mean, that was a young kid.
Yeah.
UFC debut that put him on skates a little bit. So.
Felipe Dos Santos. So yeah, we're both on the same side here, but no DraftKings play. It's just, it's a lot of money to spend on a striker that potentially could win by knockout, or we could end up in a decision because, as Jacob said, kind of a low volume guy. If you do want to check out all the picks and the bets and everything else, WeWantPicks.com, click become a member. Before you go, let me give you $50. Anybody who goes to WeWantPicks.com/bets and signs up with any one of our affiliate partners gets $50 as a thank you. Use the link, sign up, make a deposit. We send you $50 as a thank you.